You recently surprised people when you said that you are a gun owner. And then if someone came into your
That
house,
was not the first time I've
they would get
talked
shot.
about it. That's not the first time I've talked about it.
What kind of gun do you own, and when and why did you get it? Let me tell you what your critics and the columnists say.
Okay.
They say that the reason so many voters don't know you is that you have changed your position on so many things. You were against fracking, now you're for it. You supported looser immigration policies, now you're tightening them up. You were for Medicare for all, now you're not. So many that people don't truly know what you believe or what you stand for, and I know you've heard that. You recently visited the southern border and embraced President Biden's recent crackdown on asylum seekers. And that crackdown produced an almost immediate and dramatic decrease in the number of border crossings. If that's the right answer now, why didn't your administration take those steps in 2021? With so many people supporting Donald Trump, a man you have called a racist, how do you bridge that seemingly unbridgeable gap? What does success look like in ending the war in Ukraine? Would you meet with President Vladimir Putin to negotiate a solution to the war in Ukraine?
We are now approaching the longest shutdown in American history.
Democrats' fault.
Under your presidency, we're talking about more than 1 million federal workers who are not getting a paycheck, including our air traffic controllers. You see there's traffic snarls out at the airports now.
Sure.
This weekend, food aid for more than 42 million Americans is set to expire. What are you doing as president to end the shutdown? You just answered that question that tariffs have led to inflation. They have led to an increase in cost of living for most
We have
Americans.
no inflation. We have no inflation. Biden had inflation and he didn't have tariffs. He didn't use
So for
tariffs.
the average
you know why he
American-
didn't use them? Because he's not smart enough to
But
use
the
them.
companies say they've passed on more than 30% of these costs to the American consumer,
ready?
the tariffs,
Are you
and
ready?
somebody has to pay for it. You campaigned on immigration. You largely won the election on a promise to
a
close
great
the
job,
border,
don't you think?
and you succeeded
Yeah.
on that. Illegal crossings at the southern border are at a 55-year low. More recently, Americans have been watching videos of ICE tackling a young mother, tear gas being used in a Chicago residential neighborhood, and the smashing of car windows. Have some of these raids gone too far? Well, you promised in your campaign that you were going to deport the worst of the worst.
That's what
Violent
I'm- oh, we're
criminals,
doing that.
rapists.
Well, that's what we're
but
doing.
a lot of the people that your administration has arrested and deported aren't violent criminals. Landscapers, nannies,